Yeah, they always say never skip leg day, but I think for runners it's never skip bench day. And we are off to the gym here. It is a Monday. We got some strength testing going on. We got front squat, 1 rep max. We got bench press, 1 rep max. I haven't tested my strength in a long time, so I'm excited to see where I'm at. For a rough ballpark, I would love to get somewhere that's around 1.5 my body weight. I think that's a good little strength metric to hit, but there's only one way to find out. Mirror selfie. Currently fueled on 2 bagels right now. If that's not peak performance, I don't know what is really. Honestly, these Hong Kong bus drivers are mad. I think that's one of the best things about the entrepreneur lifestyle is you can get up nice and early, do 2-3 hours of work in the morning, have some breakfast, and then go to the gym at like 9:30. Also think it's crazy in Hong Kong, within 20 minutes you go from jungle to city like this. There's no place quite like it. And for the essentials, honestly, can't beat it, can you? You just love this. Gym and a shopping mall. Nothing beats an empty gym. Let's go. Time to warm up. Time to warm up the squat. Realistic goal here, try hit 110, maybe a 120, but we'll see. Easy. That didn't feel too bad. All my best ever was 150. I don't think I'm getting anywhere near that today, but I'm gonna go 120 next. Just do it from there. I think it'll be around 150, 120, but that one felt comfortable. Let's go. Alright, let's couch cam now, because I realized if you put your mic, well, take a look at this guy. I realized that when you put your mic behind you to not get crushed by a barbell, there's no sound. So here we are. It's funny, watching that squat back, I realized that, yeah, it was a little bit of a question mark in terms of how it looked, but it definitely moved faster than I thought it did. I knew though, just coming back from a back injury and with a 5K test in the next couple of days, I was happy with that number. I didn't want to push it that much further, and I knew that was a good baseline to build upon in this training block. So where does strength testing actually fit in marathon training? So currently I'm on the hunt to hit a sub 3 marathon. I got 3:04 in January, so I'm not far off. And a lot of the training that I'm doing over the next few months is all based on getting that goal. So I think strength testing in running is a very underappreciated thing, especially because when you get into running, it is so data driven. Your heart rate, your pacing, your splits, your cadence, all of these things that you track on a day-to-day, run-by-run basis. But when it comes to our strength training, it doesn't get the same love. I think you're just gonna have to deal with Pablo here. I think it's more of a reflection of how strength training is in the running space. I always find that people either do too much of it and kind of treat strength training like they're a bodybuilder or a powerlifter, or they don't do enough of it and just think, hey, I'm here to run, that's the only thing that's important. So when it comes to strength testing, it allows you to just to truly understand where you're at from a strength standpoint. And from there, prescribing intensity, prescribing volume becomes a lot easier. And then you can just make sure that you're doing the right amount of training to make sure that your body can handle the running load, and therefore they can work side by side instead of competing against each other, which is what we don't want. Strength training is important, guys. Don't neglect it. We want you to be able to run far, run long, run fast, and be able to lift heavy weights at the same time. You just have to set it up in a way that allows both to thrive. And if you don't do your testing and don't understand where your strength's at, this becomes very, very hard to get right. All right, so let's break down the bench. I just call it there. No spot. Sorry, I was nervous. Yeah, I had the warmest calves right now. So then we finished up the session with some loaded chin-ups, 3 sets of 6 reps here, some dumbbell shoulder press, also hitting this for 3 sets of 6 here, before moving over to some arm work, some bicep curls, and some dips in the 12 to 15 rep range here. A nice, well-rounded, full body, kind of biasing upper body session. So looking back at how that testing went, am I happy with it? Honestly, yes. I'm pretty content, and I think it's a fair reflection of the effort I've put into my strength training over the last 3 months. I can comfortably say with Christmas, New Year's, peaking for 2 marathons back to back in the space of 8 weeks, strength training wasn't necessarily the biggest priority that I had. So a lot of effort went into making sure the body was right going into these marathons. So yeah, am I setting any major PBs? No, I did not do that today. But is that a fair starting point given the focus of the next training block? Yes, 100%. And that's the reason why we do these testing blocks, just to get an idea of where we're at. Just straight objective data, takes the emotion out of it, and now I can just plan and prescribe all my training going forward, making sure that this is going up. I'm pretty confident that I'll be able to build these numbers up to the 130, 140 for the front squat, and hopefully above 110 on the bench press. 120 has been my bogey number for the longest time, and I know that I can beat it. So if you're gonna take one thing away from this video, it's to test your strength, train your weaknesses, and stop the guesswork. This is how we actually progress your training. Catch me in the next one where I test my 5K. All right, Pablo, am I gonna PB my 5K? Well, that says it all, doesn't it?